Good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a good morning. Today's card of the day, we have the Queen of Pentacles, represented here by Omphale, the goddess of Lydia, Lydian goddess, not goddess, queen. She was a queen. She was a great, powerful queen. She ruled instead of her late husband, as Greek women often did. Greek land was usually passed down through the matriarchal lineage. It was a very matriarchal society at first. And so women really controlled the land, and the king was only king because he married the queen. That's why Odysseus had to go back and sneak in and kill all the suitors, because um, she was the one that owned the land, and all the suitors were trying to marry her to become king. Too bad. So sad. So Omphale here bought Heracles, Miss Hercules, as a slave when he was doing some of the trials he had to do to make up for killing his family. And she took him as a lover instead of as a fighter, even though he was the greatest fighter of all time. And they were lovers. He fathered 3 of her children. So she's a very sensual woman. So today's a card of sensuality and physicality. Eventually, Heracles and her, Omphale, are going on traveling down a road, and they stop for a while in a grotto. And Omphale had seen the god Pan tracking them, following them. So she didn't tell Heracles about Pan, but told them to switch clothes. So she put on Heracles' lion thing, and he put on her dress or whatever. And so when Pan came to assault Omphale, who was now in love with Pan was now in love with Omphale, he actually attacked Heracles, and Heracles freaking kicked him across the grotto. And then him and Omphale looked down at Pan and laughed and made fun of him. And after that, Pan hated clothing and never wore clothing and never allowed any of his worshippers to wear clothing. They all had to come naked. Anyway, so she's a very sensual, physical woman, very much about money. She's holding grapes. This is, abundance, sensuality, almost overabundance. She's very in touch with herself. She's willing to do what she wants to make herself happy, to make her sensuality hers, and not rely on men for that. She'd rather have a slave than an actual husband or king. Heracles never became king. So take this to worship your own body, love yourself, love those around you, let them love you, and just watch your money too. It's a good day for money.